I'm Morannon. We're here with the Lords of the Trident from Madison, Wisconsin. We're at Hyperspace Metal Festival in Vancouver, and y'all are just coming off of your Southwest tour. So I do want to talk all about that, but first, I mostly really want to hear about the roller rink in Seattle last night.
Oh my god, so much fun. Yeah, we didn't know what to expect. They said they were playing in the middle of a roller rink, and we were indeed. Like, you know, because you don't know, like, how are they going to put the sound? What are they going to do with the power? How, you know, are we on a platform? Are we in the rink? What's going on? You know, but, you know, we were in the rink, in the center, and they put, like foam bumpers around it. It actually ruled. It was pretty great.
Exceeded expectations.
Yeah,
they had like sound on tripods, just speakers all the way around it, so you could get it from all
like music from every direction.
It was theater in the round. It was very nice.
So you guys have like a lot of wireless guitars and mics and stuff. Did you take anything out on the rink and just like skate around? Oh, hell yeah.
I did, yep.
Yep, of course you did. Can't wait to see that, buddy. I'm sure you had the camera running and everything.
Yep. Yeah, I took my flail and I was trying to hit people as they went by. It was pretty great.
Okay.
So,
There were a lot of people there.
there were a lot of people there.
Okay, that's
A
pretty
lot
awesome.
of people. Yeah. Way more than I expected.
Yeah.
So.
So you've recently released a demo for your upcoming EP, and it's Jet Set City themed, which is a skating game.
Mm-hmm. So
did you play that at the fest or at the show, or are you waiting?
No, I didn't bring my Dreamcast, so I will. Play the song.
The song.
Oh, duh. Sorry.
The game.
The one the last one we just did. What was the title of it?
Working title.
The working title, I forget. But
Demo.
Maybe like Aki demo.
Song 4.
Hockey Song 4. Yeah, no, we haven't played any of those live yet, except for. Did we play any?
We've played Master Speed.
Master Speed.
A couple times this year.
Yeah.
Do you think that'll come out this year or later?
Hard to say.
When you get to it.
Yeah.
I feel honestly we're trying to we got through Japan in December and then this tour.
Yeah.
And then it's like, well, there's Mad with Power, but otherwise clear sailing. So probably start working.
We got a few little things, but the majority of the time has been dedicated to writing, recording,
Okay.
you know, all that sort of stuff. So.
Okay, cool. What were the other notable points of this tour? Any good border crossing stories or anything?
No, I think been pretty smooth so far. I think it's been cool kind of seeing the landscape that has changed, like playing the desert, and then we're in the mountains and we're in lush Pacific Northwest, and I think the big thing that stood out was our LA Long Beach show. I think we'd all agree that was probably the best show of the tour.
Until tonight.
Yeah, nice.
Especially with it being a Monday night.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people from Monday night.
Yeah.
It was just really packed, or the venue was the best one?
The venue was really good, and the band's really solid, and I think something interesting is in the 10 plus years I've been in this band, something that just hasn't changed is it's amazing how often we arrive at a venue and they don't know when the bands are going on, when the sound check is, what order the bands are playing. We pray we have a sound guy that knows what they're doing, but all that stuff came together and it was just it was organized, and we actually had a green room, which was a plus. Sometimes surprisingly there won't be one, and we'll have to change outside, which actually happened in OKC. Yeah, so it was just, I think all these factors came together. We also had an old friend come out for that one.
Quite a few old friends actually.
Yeah, almost every night we've had some kind of big surprise.
Okay.
We had a guy fly in from Tokyo to see the LA show.
Whoa.
Yeah.
All right.
It was pretty wild. So.
Okay.
We met him back in December, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Was he the one that was singing along to every word of the song on the Japan tour?
Yeah, I mean, he was definitely
One
a
of
super
them.
fan. One of them, yeah.
So then after this fest, you kind of mentioned the next big thing you have coming up is Mad with Power. So let's talk about that for a second. You know, the process of kind of building that festival. You're on your 6th year now, so it's a pretty big change this year, moving up to the bigger venues. So tell us a bit about that.
We're moving from a 400 or 450 capacity venue to a 2,500 capacity venue, so much bigger. That was always the trajectory from day one, is that we wanted to grow it low, slow, build it up, get a name behind it before we started to do multiple days and before we tried to pull it into a gigantic venue. And thankfully we are now at that point. So we're about 50% sold out, Tickets came out about 10-ish days ago, something like that. So we're 50% sold out at this point, and things are looking good. We got a really great lineup. We're getting this year's going to be interesting because it's going to be almost like learning how to run the festival again.
Mm-hmm.
Because we've been in the same venue for so long that we kind of know how everything works and where it fits and where this goes and where that goes. And here's where the tables go and here's where people store their stuff. We're in a brand new place, much bigger, a lot more logistical complications. So we have to kind of navigate that anew. So I think that this year will be very fun, but probably a little bit more stress than we're used to over the last couple of years. So.
Logistical opportunities.
There you go, logistical opportunities. So.
Yeah, I mean, there definitely looks like there's a lot of opportunities with because it looks like there's a ton of extra space in that venue and like side rooms and things like that.
Yep.
Excuse me. Oh, water down the wrong pipe. We actually have green rooms. Well, I mean, more than one. And they're not the size of a postage stamp, so.
Yeah.
Ty says we, but he's being really humble. It's really his blood, sweat, and tears that like he's been putting it together every single year, and like
I take that as a tincture right before every time.
Like, yeah.
It's just blood, sweat, and
A little bit of rock star and away you go.
yeah, exactly. Just put some caffeine in there, and then you're do it as a shot.
Yeah.
Called the Crystal Pepsi. It's a pretty great one.
It's gonna be the drink of Mad with Power.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice. Get that at the bar.
The new Coke.
Gold VIP only.
Yeah, gold VIP only.
Speaking of the work that Ty you put into Mad with Power, kind of around that, you've also built up a lot of things to do with like the music community. And one of the things you've been involved with recently is this Might and Music Foundation created by Grant Truesdell, which is sponsoring the Hyperspace Festival.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about Might and Music and the work
Sure.
you're doing there.
My Music is a really amazing organization that essentially aims to help young people who are interested in music find a path, whether that's in a band or whether that is in some other fashion. But essentially, it puts mentors, people who've been in the music industry and people who've sort of like walked the walk, talk the talk, with younger people who are interested in, like, say, starting a project or doing and don't know how to start a project, don't know where to go, or maybe they would like essentially a mentor to help them avoid the mistakes that the mentors themselves have made over the years. And that obviously is right up my alley. It's a lot of what I do with a lot of my YouTube content with the band that we do here. And and so it seemed like a perfect fit. I've been helping Grant out with that and just being a sounding board for some ideas. And I'm a mentor in the program. And it also worked out really well because in Madison, I am the executive director of the Madison Area Music Association, which is a charity that raises funds for local school music programs. And we've raised over, at this point, like maybe $100,000, I want to say, for local school music. So I brought some of that experience in there as well. But it's a wonderful organization that he's setting up, and I'm super honored to be a part of it. And I'm very excited to see where it goes. It's interesting being a musician and a mentor in the USA, helping out a Canadian project. But I mean, really, it's a global community, and whatever impact we can make is a positive one.
Speaking of mentorship and making an impact, y'all have all been at this for quite a while at this point.
Mm-hmm.
So what's either the best piece of advice you've received in your music career, or the one piece of advice you would give to a new musician?
We should probably go down the line, but
Yeah.
the one that comes to mind is when I was 15. I was playing in my high school band or high school garage band. My drummer, who was a stand-in drummer at the time, his dad owned a bar way out in the sticks, 20 miles out of town, surrounded by forests, and we were like 15, we're playing a bar. Oh my God, is this okay? Are we gonna play a bar? Oh my God. And it was the middle of summer, and nobody, there's like 9 people there, and they were all just very drunk. So so we were playing, and we had a fun time, and I got done with a few songs, and there was this guy at the bar who was 17 or 18 sheets to the wind. He's like, "Hey, come here. And I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Do you know any Tom Petty?" "Oh, I'm sorry, I don't know any Tom Petty." Keep it up. So I go back and I play another song, and we finish, da-na-na-na, and people are like clapping. He's like, hey, come on. Do you know any Tom Petty? I was like, dude, I just keep it up. Keep it up. And he did that 7 or 8 times. And finally we were just like, hey, we don't know any top Eddie. Keep it up. Keep it up. So I want to say to all those people out there, I feel like, in Lords and just in my music career in general, I have kept that ethos of the very drunk guy. Keep it up.
That's damn good advice.
Keep it up. You just keep going. Something will happen. Nothing happens if you stop, and something might happen if you continue. So keep it up.
Yeah.
Brett.
It's always a tough question to answer, but I guess something I've always stood by is just staying humble. Always be willing to, take advice, take constructive criticism, and always be trying to better yourself in some way. You're always going to play with different musicians, and every person you play with is going to have something new to bring to the table for you, whether good or bad, and just be ready to take that in stride and better yourself from it, and never put yourself above other people on a pedestal. That's going to make you survive in this industry.
Very simple advice for musicians. I'd say, use a metronome all the time. It makes you a better player and uncovers issues you might have with difficult parts. And I feel like I can tell when a band is super tight on stage, all the members are locked in. I would venture a guess that they pay very close attention to their timing. So nothing has made me a better player than always using a metronome.
Yeah, we get depending on the speciality of every member, you get a slightly different answer, and mine would be refine and hone your craft, and refine and hone your songwriting. The better you can capture an audience's attention and get right that earworm and get them still singing your songs later on down the line, that's how you get return customers and repeat listeners. However good you think your song is, it could probably be better if you refine it a bit more. And stay humble and grateful and thankful for the opportunities you get, because no one has to come watch you play.
Skate rink? Hell yeah.
Yeah. Anyone could just stay on their phone or stay home and watch Netflix all night, and they're choosing to come watch you play, and that's a pretty great thing. So be thankful for that at any point.
Apologize, I think I'm probably the only one here that this is the only band I've ever been in, so my advice might not be the best, but I guess in my experience in this band, I think I found that it's really important to always do your best and put on a really good show, even if you're playing just to 1 or 2 people. We've had numerous shows, more than I can count, that there's been no one in the audience and maybe just a sound guy, but because we put in a lot of effort and still ran around on stage and tried to play the songs tightly and everything, the sound person would be there, or a lot of times the owner might be there, and they would be wowed and would be like, you know what, let's get you a better time slot on this day. Or we've actually gotten some super fans that have really been following us and supporting us, and they've been at shows, maybe they found out about us at a show where there were 1 of 4 people there. So I think that's really huge. If I may mention one other thing I've found is, it kind of irks me, I'm kind of an old school guy and I don't like social media a lot, but I think in this day and age, you really have to have kind of relatively constant updates.
Yep.
And I really appreciate Ty does it, because I can't, it's not something I would be able to do, and that is having frequent Facebook page updates, Instagram, Twitter, all the different things, TikTok, because it really, it doesn't look great when a band, let's say their last post on their Facebook band page was 5 months ago, and especially during COVID when a lot of bands weren't doing shows at first, the way to kind of stay relevant and be like, hey, we're still a band, we're still producing, is by, coming up with new music videos or YouTube content or Facebook stuff, things like that. So yeah, I guess those are the 2 things I've learned at least.
Thank you all for that wonderful advice, and thank you for joining me for this interview. And I'm really excited to see the show tonight. So.
Awesome.
Woo!
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Keep it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, keep it up.
Right.
Keep it up.
Oh, that was good.